I believe this is the first time that we are engaging the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry in this forum with the hospital sector, which I believe should now become an integral part of the business community. After all, we need every good businessman to be healthy because they drive our businesses, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, the President Emeritus of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and also the private sector representative of the Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council, or LEDA. Ladies and gentlemen, my privilege and honor to present to you Mr. George Barcelon.
Good afternoon, all. I'd like to greet, of course, my good friend Joyce for inviting me here, and also Governor Obit, and my fellow panelists, my good friend BAP President Mr. Bonsing, and I'm glad to be here. You know, this is not really my cup of tea. First, there is the digitalization of all medical records in fighting any disease. But even more urgently, a pandemic level disease, information and sharing of information is the most basic and most crucial tool. Correct timing, accessible, and reliable information saves time, cost, and most importantly, lives. Evidence based and science based medicine is possible without quality information that gives us the basis of better strategies and better decision making. I would leave this to the expert in the medical sector. Secondly, we need our policymakers and partners in government to consider and implement incentives to the importations and modernization of hospital equipment and facilities. This can be done by making funds available and interest rates more affordable for hospital, wherein nearly all of our hospital equipment and supplies are imported, even our chemical reagents. We can be resourceful in providing incentives so that hospitals find it more efficient and cost effective to level up the standards and the quality of their health care. Third, compliance to or the achievement of international accreditation is simply the way to go. Moving forward, no hospital in the Philippines or any other countries is truly local. With teleconsulting and digitalization as part of the new norm of healthcare, Philippine hospitals are called upon to be at par with the best hospital in the world. Once we share this vision and work together to realize it, there's no reason for a hospital not to pass the audit of global experts and international accrediting bodies. Fourth, we need continuous training and upgrading of knowledge, skills, and technology. COVID-19 is a new disease. Its effects on human health are still being fully discovered. It is a virus that evolved to challenge not just our immune system, but our capacity to adapt, to be resourceful and creative. And this is something that is, for us, is uncharted territory. And may I add that we're not the only country facing this. All over the world, even our ASEAN neighbors are having issues dealing with the COVID-19. But some of them have been able to deal with this and reduce their infection. As we know very well, our healthcare per capita is slower than our ASEAN neighbors like Thailand and Vietnam. Vietnam is catching up very quickly. Their annual budget for healthcare is 17 billion US dollars, and with a slightly smaller population. And same as Thailand, if you look at the per capita, we spend about $150 per capita, where Thailand spend about $250 per capita. And this is where we know that we have to raise our standard and also our capacity. Maybe at this point in time, I'd like to add, like countries having this vision have moved forward, not only just servicing their local communities, but also encouraging medical and wellness tourism. Thailand has been having quite a bit of success and foreign investments coming to in their country and attracting people from all over the world to experience the upgraded medical service that they are able to provide. So, in short, we ourselves need to evolve our knowledge and acquire technologies and to keep up with new diseases. This has to be part of our hospital DNA. And fifth, we need to prioritize investments in healthcare. This means allotting more national budget to healthcare, encouraging and incentivizing investors to support healthcare ventures, and to put healthcare at the center of our efforts to build our greatest resources, the Filipino people themselves. No economic plan or strategy will succeed if Filipinos themselves get sick. To harness, preserve, and grow our human resource, we need changes in our laws, or to introduce new laws, review and revise existing policies, and simply to prioritize the health and the life of its Filipinos. This pandemic is showing us that the economic contraction we are experiencing is due to the threat of the health and lives of our people. More than anything or anyone, this enemy is real. It affects our healthcare professionals and hospitals, who are the biggest factor in making recovery a reality. And I, in my own capacity as involved in the business community, we have been at the forefront of encouraging, through the effort of the government sector, that we practice proper hygiene protocols that would be able to mitigate the COVID-19 infection. But at the same time, for us to inject life into the economy, we have, in many initiatives, talked with the government on the opening up of the transportation, like the 7 commandments. I'm sure most of you are very well aware what these are. Basically, what we do every day. If we go out, you wash hands frequently, put on a mask, put on a face shield, avoid communicating when you're in a public transportation, avoid talking, avoid eating, avoid close contact. And these are all ways and means that we can hopefully build up the confidence in our public, and which is really needed, because without the confidence of our consuming public, our economy would lead to stagnation. So please let us not ignore the urgent need. More than ever, let us all support our healthcare system through better policies that needs to be upgraded and updated, and needed, and what's the other investments that are needed to make it enough to handle not just a global pandemic, but to provide top-level caring and cures that Filipinos and the rest of the world truly deserve. With that, I end my talk, and thank you very much for spending time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George Barcelon. I almost called you King George again because I him as a
Yeah,
royal
I know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
of the town. Okay. Thank you. And as you pointed out, having healthy people is vital in a vibrant economy. And as an old adage says, no, Mr. Barcelon, health is wealth. Not
Yes.
only is one state of mind richer when healthier, But what is far more telling is the productive potential when the effect is cumulative on the nation's gross domestic product. A healthy nation is indeed a wealthy nation, right, Mr. Barcelon? So,
Yes, I support that.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Healthcare Academy, your reliable partner for world-class healthcare delivery and patient safety.